That's him. That's him. That's the guy. That's the guy right there. Yes, girl. That is him. I'm trying to tell you. That's the one. That's him. Yes, I know. I was shocked. I cannot believe this. It took me like 30, 45 minutes to go find it. But that's the one right there. I can promise you, sis, girl. Well, look on the screen. Look on the screen. Now, I don't know this man in particular, but this is the picture. He was showing himself being confused. And I want to do a video. Listen, if you are looking for a channel where all I do is discuss the dust buckets all day and the men all day and what they do, sure, we have those discussions because we should be learning from each other. But I'm going to say this in the spirit of love. I can't do dust all day. I can't, or I cannot do dust all day and talk about baby dad and baby mama. I'm going to do some videos today, so not to be contradictory. Hopefully, can get to them where it just shows like women, motherhood. They thought that's what they wanted until they got it. So what's the deal for that video? I call it another birth control video. I don't want to see women out here talking about, oh no, I'd rather not live my life than be a mom. Whoa, it's got way out of hand. But that we can learn from others why they feel that way. But if you're looking for a channel where I'm going to sit up here and just talk about these men 24/7, that's not me. I have other things to do, and I'm going to tell you, in the spirit of love, that's the problem. See, it's like that lady who did that. What is that? The rent video I did, and they told me I had a credit. Okay, you didn't get anything in writing. The sad part is she is a parent. So now they put the notice on her door. She went on what they told me and now facing eviction. You know why those things happen? And I understand as I get older why some people, when things like that happen to people, they're like, oh, whatever, that's her. I get it. It's not to be, I used to think it was a lack of compassion. No, it's not that. It's because you know what? We all make decisions and people decide every day. I thought about it. What on her social media, what does she watch or read? More than likely, it makes me wonder, is everything have to be some kind of entertainment? Everything is wrapped around entertainment, something that's funny. That's why I said, me, I can't do dust bucket all day. I can't. I do some videos, they're not going to be monetized, but guess what? I put the information out there. And here's the deal. Some people, you don't understand systems. You don't understand how things work. All you know is you do your little job. You're anti-growth, anti-learning, and then when real life starts to happen, you don't get it. That'll be the one I want to hear this video. That might be your problem. When real life starts to happen, you don't get it. You don't know how to move. You don't know how to navigate it. Why? Because they have limited understanding, and that's what you chose. Everything can be out kiki. Life is business. You wonder why some nigga failing at it. People have been saying for decades, it's gonna come a time where they're gonna cut the Section A and the housing and the welfare and all that. That day is here. Oh no, what do you do? And I don't care what anybody says. 2 years, especially in this economy, 2 years is not enough time to get anybody out their program. That's just my opinion. That's 2 years is BS. I'm thinking that just me put more 5. 2 years are some people I can make it work. But in this economy, I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't gonna happen. Just like I said to my friends when we had the pandemic, kept saying what? Kept on saying when they had the pandemic, we need to find ways to go ahead and make a living. So when this happens again, nobody's stuck out. Make a living ourselves. That's when I start doing the option thing. You got to have a side hustle. Now, all of a sudden, we've been having layoffs. And people are counting on, oh, I'm going to find me another job. Well, it looks like to me there are no jobs. So now what? But there's probably somebody who had a side hustle. Maybe they started during the pandemic, kept it going. They said, oh, my job coming back because I'm done. No, they kept both going. Now that side hustle is what's bringing them through. If you're not willing to learn and try to navigate life, sometimes listening to something that's not so much hee ha ha, you're not gonna make it in life, and that's what's sad. You're just not gonna make it. It's enough for the smart. If you're just average, good luck. if you're just average. And now I understand more so when I've heard people say, oh, this person, this happened to this person, it was bad, and yada, yada, yada. And then that happened, and that happened. And I've seen people who have resources, they're like, oh, yeah, well, that's them. I totally get it because they know more than likely that person may have limited understanding. Oh, I don't want to be hearing about all that. I don't want to be hearing about that. Then when life happens, I just did what they said. And you didn't put anything in writing. Dear so-and-so, just want to confirm for our conversation on this day that I have a credit for my records. For my records, can you please send me a copy? It never occurred for you to do that. No, because I'm sorry to say that woman is a little slow. You're, and to me, below average. That never occurred for you to do that. But if nobody can tell you anything, or if it's not about saying, "Hey, party over here," that's what I'm saying. Ooh, y'all. If it's not about that, it's not about entertainment. You're not interested. So guess what? When life and those problems come to you, other people that have common sense, guess what? They're not interested. I used to think people are like, oh, that's them. I get it. Because why? The person made a decision. That person, you grown by 30 something years old and hollering and cussing on TikTok is not going to solve the problem. I don't want to hear all that. That video, I don't want to hear about all of that, child. We're going to see about you hearing about how to get that van packed up and move where? Do you think a person that has their life together and they handle business, they want to take on an individual like that? So that's how you got evicted? Well, they said, and you just went on with they said. Good luck with they said in a court of law. You got notice to vacate? What? Why? Don't understand systems, don't understand life. And then when life starts kicking you in the butt, don't know what to do. I was looking at a circumstance. I told a friend of mine, I said, I get it. Why would they do that in particular to mm, this group, my community? I said, because they've done it before and they know most not on each other. We're ready to go ahead and put them up, knuckle up, let's go, buttercup, boom. But when it comes to those people, this right here, you're going to have to actually use your brain. And some are so lazy, don't want to fight. And then when someone does fight, it took a year or 2 years, and then they come into, so you, we kept on pursuing it, and it went here and it went there, kept fighting, and then we went ahead and agreed to do this right. Oh, now you sitting up looking stupid. Well, so and so, why didn't I didn't want to deal with it? Why? Because so and so just wants to be for play. Sometimes it's ignorance by choice. And people that have things going on, moving and shaking, trying to get something, and it may not be shaking it now because you don't see it. All you see is they're on the phone and they're typing and emailing and going back on. You don't understand. Then when the payday does come, how they do that? I wonder, they don't want to be bothered with you because they know you have limited, that person has limited thinking. Not you guys, but I'm saying, people that are like that, they have limited thinking. No, nobody wants to sit by. I wonder if so-and-so can help me. No, because so-and-so knows they can talk to you all day long. You're going to do what you want to do, and you're probably not going to do what they're advising you to do. That's probably what the deal is. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do it my way, and so they don't want to hear your mouth. When it goes wrong, they don't want to hear it. Just facts. That's why I want to go ahead and keep on moving. Because they realize that the person that you are, limited thinking, and it is what it is. Limited thinking. They see that. They say, oh man, this one right here, I don't know. You said to do this and it didn't turn out. They already know. Again, some people, they don't want to evolve. They want somebody to give them information and they just like say, okay, so I'm going to stand at the wall and count to three. And then all of a sudden, some good luck or a bunch of money going to just come my way. Life doesn't work that way. One of my homeboys has a friend of his. He was like, man, this brother been struggling in his business for the past maybe 4 years or so. He been struggling and driving that old car, and he kept going and kept going. Guess what? Of all times now, it's like he's making more money than ever. He's making more money than he ever dreamed of. But most people, child, he doing that. He might as well go back and get his job. He's not driving a new car. So superficial and so silly. There was a man, a billionaire that was killed in Canada. What was he driving? A 99 Ford Mustang. The man is a billionaire. He can drive whatever he wants. Why he don't have no fancy car? He can afford a Bentley. You don't understand his mindset. That's what he wants to do. He's not trying to improve or impress you. Just regular dockers in a regular shirt. Oh, it ain't Christian Dior, or he don't have any Gucci loafers, or he doesn't have any Armani pants. He's not trying to impress you. He's already have found his self validation in his wealth. He don't need to show you. He's not trying to show you. Just like, oh, look at me, what I've got. He's not trying to floss. That's for small-minded people. So yeah, in this economy, people are not trying to deal with dumb. I'm sorry. Me, I can't do it. I'm not gonna have a trailer videos where everything is about and it does bucket still have a lot because they do a whole lot. But I do a mixture, and why is that? It may not get views. That's fine. When I see like, oh, 200 or 300, guess what? Those people intelligence, that's the one that's listening. The sad part is some of the ones that need to, that don't interest me or whatever. That was bored. I want to hear about that. And then when life start lifing and you can't navigate it, and you need somebody to give you help, and then oh no, what is I'm gonna do? Guess what? To me, that's boring. Hearing you whine about your problems. We all got them. What's the problem? How do we get here? What you gonna do to solve it? So me, I just can't sit and just do dust bucket all day and the dusty did this. No. And for people that are like that, if all you know is just entertainment and you're anti-learning, I'm gonna let you know right now, mediocre is not gonna make it. Listen, it's enough for the smart and the intelligent just trying to survive. Mediocre, you might as well just hang your head up. Why? Don't understand systems, don't want to learn, just consumed with entertainment. And a person that only understands entertainment is I'm sorry, that's just ignorance. Then when life start happening, you don't know, well, what should I do? You don't know anybody to reach out to. And now I just went on. Like that lady, I said, look at that. And you are a parent. That's amazing to me. They said I had a credit. I would ask for it in writing. And if I can't get to writing, here go to email. Yes, Belinda, I know you've probably been busy, whatever the lady's name is, but can you do me a favor? Yeah, I know she told me that I had a credit on my rent. So can you go ahead and send me a screenshot? I logged in. I can't send it. Can you send me a screenshot of the credit and also what the amount is? I would start that paper trail. But she didn't do that. But I bet you if someone said it's time to go dancing, they got a new dance out, a new hairdo, or check out this dude and some entertainment, more than likely it is my opinion because I don't know her, she would go ahead and jump to it, maybe pay attention to that. It's possible. But then how to navigate life when things happen, don't have time for it. That's why that happened with that rent. They know who to pull it on. That's why that happened, I guarantee you, with that rent. Hadn't asked her anything in writing. She didn't try to confirm, pour out conversation. And all she has is the he said, she said, and that's not working in a court of law. He said, she said, you will be outdoors if not already. Either you paid or you're not. And they got my apartment up here for vacant. Yeah, baby, because it is going to be vacant because you're getting out. They got my apartment up here, showing my apartment to someone because they already know you fell for the okie doke. Why? Because you might be one of those that only understands entertainment. You don't understand life, and life is business, and you don't want to hear that you should be listening to. Oh, that's boring. So that's why when things happen to you like that, people that have resources, they're not trying to hear about it because they already know. The fact that you went on, they told me that tells me all I need to know about you. And it's like, wow, you're a parent. So much for critical thinking skills. When we just like this man showing himself confused, I got to do what? You got to get out. You know why you got to get out? Because it's what you didn't put in. And what you didn't put into yourself is knowledge, information, understanding systems. You didn't put that into yourself. So when you are involved or engaged in these systems, you don't know how to operate. So start packing your bags. Look like they gave her 3 days. Why does that happen? A lot of us consume information. So me, I don't have time to be talking about these men all day long and 57,000 videos. I do a mixture because that's me. I love learning. As I next video look out for Patreon. For the Patreon, got an update. Please check it out if you're a member. Uh, that with that lady Becky, I'm not mad at her. But I thought about it. That's a good system. One white woman, two black men, $4,000 in child support. Then plus another check. Then the next thing happens. So what does she do? She thought that plan out. Then where Dusty Dan fit in? Oh, Dusty Dan fit in. Then you start to look at it of what transpired. She thought that plan through. She made herself a baby mama housewife. Why? Becky understands systems. Like her or not, she understands systems. She made herself a baby mama housewife. Then you start adding the money up. So now we're looking at about $5,000 or $6,000 a month. Yeah, a lot of women, if it's down to $5,000 or $6,000 a month at home, they would stay at home for that amount. It's in my community, most would. If they could find a way to make $5,000 to $6,000 a month, staying at home with their kids and not working, that's the best baby mama housewife gift you can get. Why? She understands systems. She may be a lot of things people don't like. I'll let you know one thing: dumb ain't one of them. Michelle, and that is her name. Michelle is all about that money. Why? Understand systems. I thought about it. So yeah, so if all you want to know is entertainment, and if it's educational or something that's maybe different, I want to hear that. I want to hear all that. That's the main one's going to be surfing. I want to hear that. I want to hear all that. That's going to be the main one that's just surfing. Why? Don't understand systems. Don't understand life, and life is business. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And I'm out.